Hey guys, what's up? iPenguinPat here, and today we're talking about the 2021 spring event. The spring event is back. Let's see if it's better than ever. So to start with, we have the Suishun Mill. And this is a 4x5 residential building that, when fully upgraded to level 9, gives you 11 forge points per 24 hours. Now, the one thing that jumps off the page to me as a fighter is that there is no attack bonus on this building, and as many of you know, my motto is if it doesn't have attack, send it back. However, if you are a newer player, you'll notice that there's also this 33% increase on supplies collected, and that is a really nice bonus if you are a new player and you are just getting developed. A lot of times supplies can be a bottleneck in those early ages, so that can help you out. Now let's see how this stacks up with some of the other buildings that are available in the game right now. Here you can see that I have the list of great buildings, or not great buildings, but special buildings rather, sorted by forge point per square, and that's factoring in the road. And here you can see that the Suishun Mill, level 9, is quite good. In fact, at 0.5 per square, it is one of the best buildings available in the game. However, I still slightly rank Crow's Nest above this building for several reasons, and I also definitely rank Druid Temple above it and some of the other buildings that have attack. I definitely think the Abandoned Asylum is a better building than this one. And the reason why is because for those other ones you have attack, and then for the Crow's Nest you have a larger forge point per day, which is beneficial if you are a Blue Galaxy user. Also, you have the option or the chance of getting goods and the chance of getting diamonds, and I just think that that makes the Crow's Nest a better building. You don't need as many upgrades, so there's fewer items required to max out that building, and there's definitely some benefit in not having to put as much into the building in order to get it maxed out. Speaking of which, is it possible to even max out the Suishun Mill without spending diamonds? And generally speaking, Inno has always tuned events so that you can max out your main building as long as you complete the quest line and you do everything that you're supposed to. However, last year with the Hanami Bridge, that wasn't the case. And this year, we are also in a little bit of trouble if you want to have a maxed out Suishun Mill. And let me show you why. To start with, you have 3 pieces that you get from the milestone rewards, which is great. Then, if you were here for the St. Patrick's Day event, you have the chest, which, if you weren't here for the St. Patrick's Day event, you're screwed if you're trying to get those things maxed out without diamonds. But if you do have the chest, then that gets you to 4, which means you still need 5 more upgrades. Okay? Now, in order to get the 5 upgrades, we'll go to the grand prize. That means you have to cross the pond 9 times. Right? We got to get across the pond 9 times. Now, coming back, based on the amount of lanterns that you get, which is about 8,000, in order to cross the pond 9 times, you have to have the max cost of lanterns per jump of 35.4. Now, if we go to our sortable animal table and we sort by your cost per distance ratio, there is literally not a single option that has a cost per distance ratio of as little as 35 point whatever. I mean, 36.6 is the best, and that's still above what you need. So you are going to be completely dependent on getting really good incidents to get enough lanterns in order to cross the pond 9 times, or you're going to have to pay diamonds to get lanterns to cross the pond 9 times in the event that you are trying to get this maxed out Suishun Bridge. Now, one of the downsides to this is that you are significantly sacrificing your daily specials. And here, when I do the sort, you can see that the best options for your daily special are not even remotely close to giving you a good enough cost per distance ratio in order to max out this mill. So I think that most advanced players are going to be focused on the daily prizes and not so much getting this mill maxed out. Now, if you're not an advanced player, you've got a few options on which way you can go, and we will look at those in just a second. As a side note, if you're saying, well, Pat, I understand that we may not cross the bridge or the pond 9 times, but what about the league rewards, right? I mean, if you end up in the Silver League, that could get you that extra upgrade so you don't actually have to cross it 9 times. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't quite work out that way. So when we go to beta and we see how beta worked out, you actually had to cross the bridge or the pond 10 times in order to end up in the Silver League on beta. So that means that you would have already gotten a fully upgraded building anyway. In the event that you don't have the St. Patrick's Day chest, that is relevant because that could actually save you a little bit of diamonds, because you could win an extra upgrade in the Silver League, and then you get the other necessary upgrades from crossing 9 times. So in that sense, that's notable. But again, without diamonds, you are really hurting yourself trying to get the fully maxed out Suishun Mill. The daily specials are actually pretty good for this event. I'm not super big on the Hanami Bridge. Again, if it doesn't have attack, send it back. However, we do have the Sentinel Outpost upgrades and the Sentinel Outpost level 1, which are obviously excellent for fighters. We have the Wishing Well that actually comes up twice, 1, 2, and the Wishing Well Shrink Kit. So if you are, actually it looks like, yeah. So if you are working on Wishing Well worlds or diamond farming worlds, this event is probably going to be quite good for you because you have several chances of getting things that you need. Please keep in mind though that what you see from the beta does not always transfer over to live, and we may see that some of these buildings get changed up. But as of right now, there are 3 really good daily options for your diamond farms. Now, if we're looking at the Spring Selection Kit or the Pagoda Selection Kit, those are going to be the other daily options that you might check out. And for the Pagoda, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily power crept out of usefulness because it's still pretty good. However, with the way that things have been going, especially if they pick back up to the pace that they were going in 2020, I think that there's going to be stuff that's better than the Pagoda. And I think that the Cherry set, if you're looking for attack, is going to be a better option. Now let's visit the Cherry set for a minute because there are a bunch of different configurations that can significantly change how useful and how awesome the Cherry set is. Now, these are the standard Cherry set configurations that most people go with, where you have your standard 5-piece set, or you might chain them back to back. And notice that if you chain them back to back, that you may want to have your entrance and your Zen zone connected to each other, and that makes sure that those get their max boost. And this particular configuration that you're seeing uses 2 Sakura rocks and does not include the pond. And the reason for that is that we're always looking to have more attack. So these configurations are pretty standard. However, in order for these to be maximum usefulness, it means that you have to be connected to road, and that really hurts your efficiency. Okay? When we go back over to the Spreadsheet of Madness, we can see that your rock with the road really drops on the attack per square with road. See, we're down under the 0.7 range. And really, we want to be getting as close to the 1 attack per square as we can. So a couple of the other configurations that you might see are chaining some of these together. And with these type of configurations, you're going to have a lot of pieces that are disconnected from road. So if you're OCD, these are not going to work for you. But these are really terrific for getting that attack per square really cranked up. Here you can see that with this type of setup, you can get up to a 1.02 attack per square. And this is actually the configuration that I have in my city. And then there's these other types of chains, which are also quite good. This one can be, as you can see, repeated over and over again. And that one is what my wife has. And hers is also quite good. I think it's at, it's almost 1 attack per square. So that's excellent. And in the event that you have enough pieces put together, you can get all the way up to 1.04 attack per square, which is really terrific. And this set right here has 200 attack, but it requires a lot of pieces. So you'll definitely want to be shopping your antique dealer to get these type of pieces. Or you may be just looking at how you can reconfigure the cherry sets that you already have in order to make them more attack efficient, especially if you are an end-game player who really doesn't necessarily need a whole lot more forge points. You just need more attack so you can go fight more. All right. So I think that's covered most of the stuff with this event. Let me get back over to the daily prizes one last time to see if I missed anything. Obviously, for newer players, if you need that rogue hideout or the rogue hideout shrink kit, those are definitely good options. I think at this point, Shrines of Knowledge are kind of power crept out of functionality. You're much better off to focus on getting like the pagodas or the Hanami Bridge if that's the direction you want to go with your game. All right, guys. Hopefully this was helpful and gave you a little bit of insight on what's going on. Oh, hang on. One last thing. So in the event that you are not interested in getting a Hanami Bridge and you are trying to get as many daily specials as possible, which is what my personal recommendation is, you want to choose based on the lowest cost per daily special percentage ratio. So here, the rabbit, the cat, the dog, and the butterfly are going to be your best options, okay? And your worst options are going to be these gold ones. Those are definitely out. You don't want to pick those at all in the event that you're focused on the daily specials. However, keep in mind that that will make it so that you definitely will not max out your Suishun Bridge or Suishun Mill. All right, guys, hope that helped, and I will catch you later.